an increase in junction temperature of a semiconductor diode. A causes a small increase in reverse saturation current. B causes a large increase in reverse saturation current. C does not affect reverse saturation current. D may cause an increase or decrease in reverse saturation current depending on rating of diode. The correct answer is causes a large increase in reverse saturation current. An air gap provided in the iron core of an inductor prevents A. Flux leakage, B. Hysteresis loss, C. Core saturation, D. Heat generation. The correct answer is core saturation. Generally, the gain of a transistor amplifier falls at high frequency due to the A. Internal capacitance of the device, B. Coupling capacitor at the IP, C. Skin effect, D. Coupling capacitor at the OP. The correct answer is internal capacitance of the device. Which of these has a layer of intrinsic semiconductor? A. Zener diode, B. pin diode, C. photodiode, D. Schottky diode. The correct answer is pin diode. A psi sample is doped with a fixed number of group N impurities. The electron density N is measured from 4K to 1200 K for the sample. Which one of the following is correct? A. N remains constant over the temperature range. B. N increases monotonically with increasing temp. C. N increases first remains constant over a range and again increases with increasing temperature. D. N increases show a peak and then decrease with temperature. The correct answer is N increases monotonically with increasing temp. If the drift velocity of holes under a field gradient of 100 Vm is 5 ms, their mobility is A. 0.05, B. 0.5, C. 50, D. 500. The correct answer is 0.05. In a p-type silicon sample, the hole concentration is 2.25 x 1015 cm 3. If the intrinsic carrier concentration is 1.5 x 1010 cm 3, the electron concentration is A. 0, B. 1010 cm 3, C. 105 cm 3, D. 1.5 x 1025 cm 3. The correct answer is 105 cm 3. The behavior of JFET is similar to that of A. NPN transistor, B. PNP transistor, C. SCR, D. vacuum triode. The correct answer is vacuum triode. What is the effect of cut in voltage on the waveform of output as compared to input in a semiconductor diode? A. The duration of output waveform is less than 180. B. Output voltage is less than input voltage. C. Output voltage is more than input voltage. D. Both A and B. The correct answer is both A and B. As temperature increases, the number of free electrons and holes in an intrinsic semiconductor A. increases, B. decreases, C. remains the same, D. may increase or decrease. The correct answer is increases. At room temperature KT 0.03 eV, A. true, B. false, C. D. The correct answer is true. In a reverse biased p-n junction, the current through the junction increases abruptly at A. 0 voltage, B. 1.2 V, C. 0.72 V, D. breakdown voltage. The correct answer is breakdown voltage. Dielectric strength of polythene is around A. 10 kV/mm, B. 40 kV/mm, C. 100 kV/mm, D. 140 kV/mm. The correct answer is 40 kV/mm. Resistivity of hard drawn copper is A less than that of annealed copper. B more than that of annealed copper. C same as that of annealed copper. D decreasing when temperature increases. The correct answer is more than that of annealed copper. The channel of JFET consists of A p-type material only, B n-type material only, C conducting material, D either p or n-type material. The correct answer is either p or n-type material. In a bipolar junction transistor, a DC 0.98I core 2A and 1B15A, the collector current IC is A 635 mA, B 735 mA, C 835 mA, D 935 mA. The correct answer is 735 mA. The voltage across the secondary of the transformer in a half-wave rectifier with a shunt capacitor filter is 50 volts. The maximum voltage that will occur on the reverse biased diode will be A 100 V, B 88 V, C 50 V, D 25 V. The correct answer is 100 V. For a photoengraving, the mask used is A master mask, B slave mask, C working mask, D photo mask. The correct answer is working mask. In a varactor diode, the increase in width of depletion layer results in A decrease in capacitance, B increase in capacitance, C no change in capacitance, D either A or B. The correct answer is decrease in capacitance. In given figure, a silicon diode is carrying a constant current of 1 mA. When the temperature of the diode is 20 CV, D is found to be 700 MV. If the temperature rises to 40 CV, D becomes approximately equal to A 747 MV, B 660 MV, C 680 MV, D 700 MV. The correct answer is 747 MV. The work function of a photosurface whose threshold wavelength is 1200 A will be A 0.103 eV, B 0.673 eV, C 1.03 eV, D 1.27 eV. The correct answer is 1.03 eV. The diameter of an atom is A 10-6 meter, B 10-10 meter, C 10-15 meter, D 10-21 meter. The correct answer is 10-10 meter. N-type silicon is obtained by doping silicon with A germanium, B aluminium, C boron, D phosphorus. The correct answer is phosphorus. When a p-n junction is reverse biased, A holes and electrons move away from the junction, B holes and electrons move towards the junction, C holes move towards junction and electrons move away from junction, D holes move away from junction and electrons move towards junction. The correct answer is holes and electrons move away from the junction. If a sample of germanium and a sample of Si have the impurity density and are kept at room temperature, then A both will have equal value of resistivity, B both will have equal VE resistivity, C resistivity of germanium will be higher than that of silicon, D resistivity of Si will be higher than of germanium. The correct answer is resistivity of Si will be higher than of germanium. When a large number of atoms are brought together to form a crystal, the energy levels of inner shell electrons are affected appreciably by the presence of other neighboring atoms. B. The energy levels of outer shell electrons are affected appreciably by the presence of other neighboring atoms. C. The energy levels of both inner and outer shell electrons are affected appreciably by the presence of other neighboring atoms. D. None of the above. The correct answer is the energy levels of outer shell electrons are affected appreciably by the presence of other neighboring atoms. Determine the transistor capacitance of a diffused junction varactor diode of a reverse potential of 4.2 V if C0 80 pF and Vt 0.7 V. A 42 pF. B 153.03 pF. C 13.33 pF. D. Data inadequate. The correct answer is 42 pF. At room temperature, the barrier potential in a silicon diode is A 0.1 V, B 0.3 V, C 0.7 V, D 1 V. The correct answer is 0.7 V. The cut-in voltage of a diode is nearly equal to A. Applied forward voltage, B. Applied reverse voltage, C. Barrier potential, D. None of the above. The correct answer is barrier potential. A reverse voltage of 18 V is applied to a semiconductor diode. The voltage across the depletion layer is A 0 V, B 0.7 V, C about 10 V, D 18 V. The correct answer is 18 V. As temperature increases, the forbidden gap in silicon increases. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is false. Which of the following devices has substrate? A. JFET. B. Depletion type MOSFET. C. Enhancement type MOSFET. D. Both B and C. The correct answer is both B and C. In degenerate p-type semiconductor material, the Fermi level A is in the valence band, B is in conduction band, C is at the center in between valence and conduction bands, D is very near conduction band. The correct answer is in the valence band. As compared to an ordinary p-n diode, the extent of impurity atoms in a tunnel diode A is more, B is less, C may be more or less, D is almost the same. The correct answer is more. In active filter circuits, inductances are avoided mainly because they A. are always associated with some resistance, B. are bulky and unsuitable for miniaturization, C. are non-linear in nature, D. saturate quickly. The correct answer is are bulky and unsuitable for miniaturization. When a PNP transistor is operating in active region, the current in the N region is due to A. only holes, B. only electrons, C. mainly holes, D. mainly electrons. The correct answer is mainly holes. In a JFET, A. drain current is very nearly equal to source current, B. drain current is much less than source current, C. drain current may be equal to or less than source current, D. drain current may be even more than source current. The correct answer is drain current is very nearly equal to source current. Consider the following statements. The function of oxide layer in an IC device is to A. 1, 2, 3 are correct, B. 1, 3, 4 are correct, C. 2, 3, 4 are correct, D. 1, 2, 4 are correct. The correct answer is 1, 2, 4 are correct. An extrinsic semiconductor sample has 6 billion silicon atoms and 3 million pentavalent impurity atoms. The number of electrons and holes is A. 3 million each, B. 6 billion each, C. 3 million free electrons and very small number of holes, D. 3 million holes and very small number of free electrons. The correct answer is 3 million free electrons and very small number of holes. In a reverse biased p-n junction, the reverse bias is 4V. The junction capacitance is about A 0.1 F, B 4 floor, C 10 NF, D 20 PF. The correct answer is 20 PF. Photoconductive devices uses A. Metallic conductors, B. Good quality insulators, C. Semiconductors, D. Either A or C. The correct answer is semiconductors.